Join me on an epic 3-day adventure ride through the Victorian High Country, where we ride through towering forests, down steep tracks, enjoy good food, take in amazing scenery, and even encounter some late drama. I hope you enjoy. Day one started with everyone filling their tanks at the petrol station, grabbing a coffee and having a quick chat about the bikes. Shortly after, it was time for us to truly begin our adventure to the Victorian High Country. After an enjoyable morning's ride, it was time to meet the rest of the crew in Marysville, where we had a quick bite to eat at the local bakery before we were once on the road again. We started to make our way behind the cathedral ranges. Quite a popular destination this time of year, as you can see by all of the cars. Catherine actually got a little bit too close to this next car.
Holy shit! That was fantastic.
After that close encounter with the car, we were then on our way to Elam to ride up and over the dam wall. This track here was the first bit of real trail riding that we did. I thoroughly enjoyed it, as you're about to witness.
Oh yeah! Woohoo! This is the stuff! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Whoa, that is fun! That is so fun! Woo!
As you can see, I was having fun.
That's my front, look. That's my front. That's right.
By this part of the day, we'd spent most of it on dirt, and my lungs were full of dust, but I was having such a great time. We made our way into and through the town of Tatong before hitting the dirt again and heading up into Kelly country. Found ourselves on a track that said only open during dry seasons. You can see why. The steep descent plus the loose rocks and soft dirt made it really difficult to navigate these corners. But once we were through the other side, we were greeted by this gorgeous valley. We were well and truly into the Victorian countryside.
If you want,
or just there.
It's going to be dry. There's Virtually no rain.
Gone, hey?
Yeah.
How good?
Yeah.
All
What do you reckon?
Fun. Righto. Load up.
At this point, I should point out that for this weekend, I was on an organised 3-day adventure ride by AMTRA, Australian Motorcycle Trail Riders Association. The fully catered 3-day ride saw us camping at their bush block in the Victorian High Country. From here, we would utilise the property as a base as we explored the surrounding region. After a barbecue dinner, and believe it or not, a hot shower, it was time to head to bed. AMTRA were also hosting another event this weekend. Actually, it's their main event, the AMTRA High Country Ride. It's tailored at trail riders who want to explore the Victorian High Country. It's a fully supported and catered 2-day event with planned routes, recovery vehicles, and even fuel stops. These guys leave pretty early, so I had a chance to film them begin their day. It wasn't too long before it was our turn to start the day's ride. Day 2's lunch stop was in Pawpunka, where we had yet another pie and coffee. Enjoyed a quick rest before we headed up to Mount Buffalo. After a big morning on the dirt, it sure was nice to be back on the bitumen. we stopped for a quick look at the Mount Buffalo Chalet. Pretty impressive building for being built in 1910. Of course, we had to go to the lookout, and Glenn just loved to point his finger. It was only about a 10-minute ride from the chalet to the Horn. It was still nice to get there and take in the breathtaking views. Then it was time to get back on the bikes, head back down Mount Buffalo, and head back home to camp. It was so nice to have the sun poking through in the late afternoon to end the day. That's how quickly your afternoon can change. I'm just going to let the raw audio play so you can hear how I process what had just happened.
Oh, first stack, rip me pants. There we go. Shit. Okay, kickstand down. Damn it. I'm okay. My brake.
Your brake broke?
My brake.
You feel okay?
I'm fine, yeah, my knee's a bit sore. But that's bound to happen. I landed on the armour, which is good.
Yeah, that's why we wear it.
Yeah. Still works. Very good. Oh, righto.
We've been stopping adventure bikes in the rocks when you can't get going again.
I just dropped it too.
You're not dropping it, you're not going
Well, that's
You don't
true.
want to drop it in front of everybody.
Yeah, exactly. Made it. Somehow all this needs to fit back in the luggage and that. Anyway. Well, here we are, day 3. After much debating and ideas about how to reconnect the brake lever, we've decided that it's in the too hard basket. So I'm just gonna ease my way home with no rear brake on the freeway. Yeah, so that's the start and end of day 3 really, but it's been fantastic. I can't express enough how much I enjoyed the weekend, although it was cut short a day for me stacking it in the dirt. I'm really looking forward to the next time we get out, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching.